weekly retrospective for March 27th. Starting off with what went not so well is Tim. You unmute, Tim. Sorry.
Well, add that to the list of things that have not gone well. I'm not sure if anyone else has been struggling with this. It seems like it's been pretty common, but the internet connection has been really spotty. A lot of times in meetings, I've noticed that my sound quality will go out or someone else's sound quality will go out, and it made it a little challenging yesterday during a user interview to hear some of the feedback. So that's all for me. On to Nico.
Yeah, so my laptop keyboard is giving up. Keys that get stuck, keys that peels off. It's one of those, Mac. And clearly this is not the moment to send anything for repair. Actually, the shop is not even open. So I moved back to a replacement keyboard, but it's super old. Typing speed is going down, frustration is going up. And over to Ian.
Similar to what Tim was saying, I have struggled both myself with internet connectivity as well as the quality of calls with participants. And we worked really hard to get user interviews this week. And some of the interviews were really not my best interview simply because it was so difficult to communicate back and forth. Gigi, I think you're next.
Yeah, it has been super frustrating for me this week with the flight canceled, but luckily I managed to find a place to stay, and my mom is helping me with that, so it's not impacting work. Shout out to mom. So it's all good, but frustrating, very frustrating. And on to Haley.
Yeah, so just a bit of difficulty maintaining focus for longer periods of time this week, so which is not the most fun programming experience that I've had in my life. On to Nick.
Yeah, so homeschooling and trying to work at the same time is pretty much impossible. Like, it just doesn't work. So my productivity has suffered a little bit for that this week, but I'm going to rearrange things next week so that I'll probably work a little bit later. So start work later in the day, finish later, and then get the homeschooling done first. David is next.
Yeah, so this week I saw that review times are taking a bit longer than usual. So I guess the global situation is the main reason. And over to Dan.
Thanks, David. Yeah, definitely feeling some of the same frustrations other people are, Zoom problems, distraction caused by the current situation. Just everyone, please remember you're not alone. Clearly some of us have our families around and that's great, but like we're all kind of in it together here. And so if anyone needs support, please reach out and check in on your peers and colleagues in general, not just within the group. Like check in on people and make sure they're okay. Over to you, Steve.
This week I've just been caught up in a bunch of database reviews and some other like just little things that kind of keep popping up, and it's kind of kept me from making major progress on 1210 items. And if you're interested in becoming a database reviewer, there's only 6 of us, so we could use your help. Another note, I've been sick this week, which I'm 98% certain that it's a cold. And we're in Zoom, so don't worry. But it's slowed me down. Sean?
Yeah, so I didn't feel productive this week. It took me way more than usual to get some stuff done. And although the MR rate says otherwise, it was not a good week. On to Tim.
For what went well this week, I really appreciated working with David on the NuGet instrumentation. It was really cool to have a live tutorial walking me through that, and that was really awesome. And I'm really excited about 2 community contributions that are progressing really nicely, one for Go and one for PHP. So thanks everyone for, I know it's extra work taking on and helping guide those through. So thank you very much. On to myself. And working with Dan on continuing to improve our process has been awesome. I've been learning a lot and reaping the benefits of it. So thanks a lot, Dan. And now on to Nico.
So this week, lots of pair programming, so much learned, including a new concept called pinning test, which is very useful for refactors. And I'm excited to start this Rails pair mob solo programming once a week. Hopefully it's going to be a nice experience. And over to 80.
All right, and classic style for me, I mentioned MR and failed to link it. So we managed to remove around 89,000 lines of code from the container registry with one MR, which feels good. We moved to a different dependency system, and which is the modern way to do it in Go. And when you do that, it's recommended in GitLab to not vendor the dependencies. So all of the third-party code that was in the registry is now outside of it, and it's amazing. Yes, Go modules for the win. On to Ian.
This week, we were able to get 6 interviews scheduled for solution validation for the new container UI, and all 6 of them showed up on time the first time. Nobody had to be rescheduled. That never happens, ever. And one thing that was really cool is that a good chunk of the team was able to sit in on some solution validation interviews. And so being able to kind of see that firsthand was pretty cool, and seeing the interest in doing that was really powerful. And another thing that happened this week is the daily gratitude channel in Slack started. I don't know if anyone else has gone in there, but it has been wonderful to get just a stream of good news and happiness with all of the chaos going on. So it really lifted my spirits over the course of the week. Over to Gigi.
Hey, I think we got to a good place with the composer discussion. Following up the investigation that I've done, I think we kind of got to a point where we have some sort of agreement of what the feature should look like, which is great. And on another news, I'm making some good progress with PyPI. I already got 2 merge requests merged. The basic skeleton and authentication is out, which is great. And the upload should be going out soon, very soon as well. It's in the final stages of the review process. So that's pretty cool. On to Nick.
So for me, 12.10 issues are going smoothly on the front end, which is nice. And I've had some of the smaller back-end MRs that I've done to support the front-end work have been merged and they've gone in, which is great as well. So looking forward to carrying on. It's Dan next.
Thanks, Nick. I think we're doing a pretty great job as a team in difficult circumstances. So thank you, everybody. Getting through some of my longer term priorities is good. Being able to sort of work on that stuff with sort of new process, it seems to be working pretty well for everyone. And please tell me if it's not so we can iterate. And I'm really stoked about our async issue updates. So helpful. And Nico, do you want to say that or do you want me to?
No, it's just an art for Tal, because otherwise I will forget to post async updates.
Yeah, this is the tool that Nick wrote to do asynchronous updates into issues, which is just awesome. And again, demonstrating how awesome Nick is. Sorry to embarrass you. Carrying on. Working with Tim on our milestone planning and monitoring, as well as new way we're wanting to measure our results has been great. Thank you, Tim. Over to you, David.
Thank you. So this week I fixed my first security issue for GitLab, and well, it was better than I expected, since the whole process is well documented. Nevertheless, thanks to Steve for his explanations and help. Also this week, there were several issues about different package managers, NuGet and NPM, and I was able to investigate them and either find the issue or pin down the bug for future MR. Over to Steve.
I've been able to work with a couple of community contributions this week, which has been very exciting. There were 2 small MRs from one community member, one of which was merged like pretty quickly. So that was super cool. And then I've been getting familiar with the Go proxy in general so that I can be able to help out with Ethan and his MR. So I'm excited about all that. Over to Joel.
So I got 5 MRs merged, and one of them was the tech cleanup performance improvements, which went through with no recommendations or change requests from the reviewers. So no ping pong. That was nice. That's all. On to them.
Nice. That's cool. All right. Does anyone want to chat about any of these in particular, or have an action item they'd like to take coming out of this meeting? If not, cool. We can end it. And if people would like to hang around and chat, please feel free to treat it as a sort of an opportunity to have a social chat. And otherwise, thank you everyone for following along at home. And working at home is probably a little more common for people who are watching. So I hope everyone's doing okay and everyone's healthy. So thank you very much. Bye.